What's up, guys? So this week I'm going to be trying out a vegan keto diet. I'm going to share the whole journey with you. I have been following a plant-based vegan diet for 3 years now, but I've never tried to do like a high-fat kind of diet. I typically get 70% of my calories from carbs, 20% from protein, and like 10% from fat. So basically I'm going to be switching the fat and the carbs this week. So I'm going to be aiming for 70% from fat, 20% from protein, and 10% from carbs. So I spent a lot of time looking online, kind of like what is keto, what isn't keto. And I came up with a pretty good list. I get the majority of my stuff from Whole Foods, but I'm sure you can get it at any grocery store. And yeah, I'm going to show you what I got. Hey guys, so the first thing I got was a bunch of tofu and also tempeh. So I usually do not eat this much soy, but since I am doing a low carb week, I'm going to be sticking to these because they do have very few carbs. In tofu, there's only 2 grams of net carbs per serving. In tempeh, there's only 3. They both have very high amounts of protein, and also they're pretty good sources of fat. I typically use like legumes and lentils to get my protein, but those both have very high carbs compared to what people eat on keto diets. So I'm going to be sticking to these as some of my main protein sources. And 2 other sources of protein I have are these meat alternatives. I have the Mandarin Orange Crispy Chicken from Gardien and the Meatless Meatballs from Whole Foods. So these are just a great added source of protein. They also have fat in them, and they're going to be awesome to use in my different meals this week. I am going to be avoiding the Mandarin Orange sauce with the crispy chicken because that does have a lot of added sugar and carbs, which I cannot be eating this week. Next thing I got is some chia seeds and flax seeds. They seem to be kind of a good staple for a vegan keto diet because you can make a lot of stuff with them, and you can also pretty much top them with a meal. So I know, at least with the chia seeds, I'm going to be making chia seed pudding to kind of replace my oatmeal in the morning because it has like a similar texture to like overnight oatmeal. So that'll be good. And flaxseed obviously has amazing omega-3s just like chia seeds, and you can pretty much put flaxseed on any meal, whether that be a stir fry, a salad, a tofu scramble. Just a good addition. Pretty high fat, 4.5 grams per 2 tablespoons in flaxseed, and in chia seeds 4 grams per tablespoon. So it should be a good source of fat, protein, and barely any carbs. So definitely a good addition for a vegan keto diet. Next up is almonds. I got these roasted and unsalted almonds from Whole Foods. These are some of my favorite because they're actually a really good price, and the fact that they're roasted and also unsalted makes them like amazing because I don't like salted nuts. They just too much sodium and stuff. But almonds are my favorite nuts, so that's why I got them. But you can go with pretty much any nut on a vegan keto diet, whether that be walnuts, cashews, peanuts, yeah, basically anything. All right, and I also got a lot of sunflower seed kernels. These are roasted and salted sunflower seed kernels. I got them from Costco, so that's why it's a huge package, but I decided I'm probably gonna need a lot of these this week, just to kind of get in the calories, get in the fat. They have 17 grams of fat per serving, only 4 grams of net carbs, and 6 grams of protein. So a great vegan keto food. You can basically put these things on anything because they had a nice crunch, and yeah, I think I'll just use them all week. All right, and I also got soy milk and almond milk, both organic and unsweetened. I love almond milk, I love soy milk, any kind of like dairy-free milk I'm into, and these are both great on a vegan keto diet because soy milk only has 2 grams of net carbs and almond milk only has 1. So definitely a good thing to use in like smoothies, any kind of like smoothie bowls, chia seed pudding, and maybe I'll try to make like some cake or something. We'll see what happens. But yeah, so I got these 2 plant-based milks. I also got Tamari, which is, if you haven't heard of it, it's a gluten-free soy sauce. Tamari is like a great way to add flavors to salads, stir fries, kind of like any savory meal that you want a little like salt and flavor in. And a great part about it is only 1 gram of carbs per tablespoon, so definitely a good seasoning on a vegan keto diet. Another thing that I got is this shredded coconut, unsweetened. Shredded coconut, one of my favorite things. You can basically add to any meal, just like a lot of the other things. And it has a lot of fat in it too, which will be good. Per 3 tablespoons, it's 10 grams of fat, only 2 grams of net carbs, and 1 gram of protein. So definitely a good thing to add to any meal. Coconut also is a good source of zinc, iron, and fiber. So definitely a good thing to have on a vegan keto diet. Another kind of coconut thing I have is this coconut flour, which I've never used before. I got this a while ago from Marshall's. So we'll see how that goes. Maybe I'll try to make like a vegan keto mug cake or pancake or something like that. It only has 5 grams of net carbs per per 4th cup. So yeah, I think it'll be something interesting to try on this vegan keto experiment. Another coconut thing I got was this coconut milk. I love coconut milk. I've used it a lot in the past in smoothies, smoothie bowls, puddings, and also curries, definitely. So I think I'm probably gonna try to make a curry with this. But it's a great thing to have on a vegan keto diet because per 3rd cup, there's 14 grams of fat, only 2 grams of carbs, and no protein. So pretty good thing for a vegan keto diet. Definitely a good fat booster, and you can use it in a lot of different ways. And the final thing I got was this virgin coconut oil. I used coconut oil in the past. I usually don't use it because I do like to stay away from oils, but since I am going on a high fat diet, this is pretty much the king of fat because per tablespoon, there's 14 grams of fat, 0 grams of carbs, and 0 grams of protein. So a full-blown keto food, and gonna be a staple this week on this vegan keto diet. All right, I also did get some more protein powder. This is my favorite protein powder. It's the Orgain Organic Creamy Chocolate Fudge Protein. Basically like just an overall great protein powder. It's all organic, made from pea protein, chia seeds, brown rice protein, and also it has some organic cocoa in it to get that flavor. So this will probably be a good addition to any kind of like chia seed pudding for breakfast. If I do make like a vegan keto pancake, maybe I'll use some of this in it. And yeah, I think it'll be something good to have this week. All right, next up is something that I use a lot on my regular vegan diet, not necessarily vegan keto. It's nutritional yeast. It's very low in carbs, only 2 grams of carbs per 1.5 tablespoons. It gives a really good cheesy flavor to any meal. And what's really awesome about this nutritional yeast is that it has 1,000% of your daily value of vitamin B12 per serving. It also is a great source of thiamine, riboflavin, niacin, B6, and folate. So it's going to be a great addition to any like savory kind of cheesy meal that I want. And speaking of cheese, I also got this field roast vegan Chao slices. I had these in the past and they are really, really good. I typically do not get them because it's like $6 for 10 slices, which just doesn't really seem worth it considering I do have the nutritional yeast. But I will probably be using these just as a little like fat booster and flavor booster for any meal. Per slice, there's 60 calories, 4.5 grams of fat, 4 grams of carbs, and 0 grams of protein. So a pretty good vegan keto addition to this week. All right, next up is avocados. I have 5 avocados here, which I'm going to be eating throughout the week. I typically do not eat avocados because they are very high in fat, and also they can be kind of pricey, but this week I think they're going to be like an essential source of fat and a great topping for any salad, tofu scramble, or stir fry. So I'm definitely going to be using and enjoying these avocados this week. All right, and something that I'm going to try for the first time this week is this Nasoya Pasta Zero Fettuccine shaped Shirataki noodles. Shirataki noodles, I guess, are basically a very, very low carb noodle. Per serving, there's only 5 grams of total carbs, 2 of which are fiber, and only 15 calories. So I'm a bit skeptical on how this stuff is going to taste, but I think I'm going to try to make like a fettuccine and vegan meatball type of meal with these, because it'll be very, very low in carbs, but I will definitely let you know how these taste. One great thing to have for breakfast or snacks on a vegan keto diet is this so delicious dairy-free coconut milk yogurt. It has all the probiotics that regular yogurt has, but it basically just has no dairy. It also is very low in carbs. Per serving, you have 7 grams of fat, only 7 grams of net carbs, and basically 1 gram of protein. So this is probably going to be used for a lot of my breakfasts this week. I can top it with some nuts or like a few strawberries. You know, I don't want to use too many of those because the high carb, but this stuff is definitely going to come in handy this week. So next up, I do have some romaine, some hearts of romaine here, and also some baby spinach here. These are gonna be great to make salads with, to just add to any stir fries, get some more volume in, and keep the carbs very, very low. Okay, and then I also, speaking of salads, I do have some grape tomatoes, which I will most likely be using in my salads this week. I wasn't sure if these were keto. I believe they are, because they are kind of like a fruit, and I know they're kind of sweeter than most kind of fruits, but yeah, I'm going to be using these this week. I know they are relatively low in carbs. 2 more kind of like seasoning things I got was this tomato sauce, which I'll probably be using with those noodles and also the meatballs to kind of make like a meal. That's what I'm thinking. And then another thing that I have is this organic medium salsa from Costco, which I'll be using just as like a topper for any meal for some more flavor. It's very, very low in carbs, only 2 grams of carbs per 2 tablespoons. So I can use a lot of this stuff and not really have to worry. So that should be good. Then I also decided to get some strawberries. I know that fruit should be limited on this vegan keto journey of mine. So I am just going to stick with these strawberries to use. Per serving, there's only, how much is that? There's only 10 net carbs, which is actually kind of a lot, so I am going to be using these very, very sparingly this week. But I will need some source of fruit, so these will be it. Another thing that I got was this cauliflower rice. I think I have 2 of them, but these are going to be great as a substitute for my regular rice. I am probably going to need to use a lot of it, though, because it is very, very low in calories. Also, only 2 grams of net carbs per cup, which is awesome. So this will probably be used a lot this week. And I also did get just some regular cauliflower, as well as many other frozen vegetables. So I have some cauliflower here. I also got broccoli. I got this 3-pepper blend of peppers. Peppers, obviously, great source of vitamin C. Very, very low in carbs. Very keto friendly. Oh yeah, and then 2 other things I don't want to leave out is this red pepper powder, red pepper curry powder, which I got, and also this turmeric, this organic, simply organic turmeric. These are both great for any curry dishes. I also like to use them sometimes in stir fries, just because they all have great health benefits. And also tofu scrambles, because they give the tofu great flavor and also a great color, very like egg-like, which I really, really like. So these are kind of my my 2 essential spices, which I love, and I'll be using a lot. Yeah, so that is all the stuff I got this week. Definitely subscribe to my channel to follow along in my journey this week. I'll be posting a video every single day where I'll show you each meal that I eat, as well as the macros. So if you're interested, definitely subscribe below, leave a comment if you've ever tried like a vegan keto diet, or if you've tried just a regular keto diet. Kind of what are your staple foods? How do you kind of get through it? Definitely let me know, and I will see you in the next video.